It's just math. When you get to the NFL, your opinion, my opinion, our opinions, they don't matter. I mean, it's fun in September and October. Oh, that team's not good. Oh, that team is going to be great. That team's a Super Bowl contender. He's an MVP. It doesn't matter. I mean, it all plays out. So your opinion of the Steelers, it doesn't matter. They won the game. Controversial, okay. Should Detroit have won that game? Well, they didn't. So it doesn't matter. You don't get points. There's no stylized points. How many did you win by? You won the game. That's all it's about. It's survive and move on. So when we talk about, man, that team's really good or that team's not really good, they're going to have to show me in the playoffs. Like Jacksonville. Jacksonville had an unbelievable win. And it wasn't a fluke. They were the better team. And I'm still not convinced that they're that good. But it doesn't matter. They will show us how good they are. The Packers did everything they could possibly do to lose that game against the Bears. I don't know how good the Bears are, but it doesn't matter. They won the game. And back to Jacksonville. They went on the road and beat a great Denver defense. Okay. Now, if I said, who do you believe in more? The Texans, who I believe have won 7 in a row in the same division with Jacksonville, or Jacksonville? You're probably going to take the Texans. We've seen them more recently be better later in the season and get to the playoffs. What Trevor Lawrence has done, he's supposed to be great. He's not Tyler Shuck. He's Trevor Lawrence. He's the number 1 pick in the draft, but he finally got coached up. That's really the difference here. Just like Liam Cohen did with Baker Mayfield in Tampa. He's coaching up Trevor Lawrence. Now you're seeing what he's supposed to be. He didn't have good coaching before this. He does now. And you can see the big difference. But what are you going to say? Let me see what you do in the playoffs. Like Seattle, I don't know how good Seattle is, but they've won 5 in a row. They've played great. So once again, you don't get stylized points here. It's just math. You just win and move on. And I think that's the amazing part of all of this. We had Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers Super Bowl contender and MVP. That's gone. Do you believe in the Carolina Panthers? It doesn't matter if I do or not. If you win, that's the validation. And I think that's the amazing part of all of this. And remember this, going into next season, you have the Bears, Niners, Seahawks, and Patriots all clinched playoff spots. They missed the postseason last year. So we're on a streak of 36 consecutive seasons. At least 4 teams each season have qualified for the playoffs after failing to make the postseason the year before. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America. Every year, there's going to be, so next year, there's going to be 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs that will make the play, at least 4. Chicago and New England both finished last in their respective divisions, clinched playoff spots. So 27 of the last 30 years, at least one team has made the playoffs the season after finishing last or tied for last in their division. The NFL loves this. The NFL is giving you hope. Every year, you can actually go into a season and have hope. There's only a couple of teams where you go, nah, I don't think so. Now, baseball, over half the field. Basketball, over half the field. No chance. But in football, you have a chance to make the playoffs. You can go from worst to first. And you see that for 36 consecutive years. 4 teams, at least 4 teams, not in the playoffs the following season. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Todd, didn't you have a bet with Marcus in Jacksonville, who joins us now? Hi, Marcus.
Good morning, Dan. How's your morning going?
Great. For those who didn't hear your bet with Todd, could you maybe recap that for us?
Well, I'm happy you asked, Dan, because I've got three things for you this morning. I've got some receipts, I've got a limerick, and unlike the Denver Broncos, I've got a franchise quarterback.
Ouch.
Wow.
What is that about?
Okay, Marcus. Do we have Marcus's prediction? Okay, let's play that from last week. He came in firing from both barrels. Here we go. Marcus in Jacksonville. Hi, Marcus.
Good morning, Dan. I've got a pie to the face bet for Fritzy here. The Jacksonville Jaguars, my Jacksonville Jaguars, are going into Denver to beat the Broncos' ass on Sunday.
Wow.
And I'm going to spot him 13 points because we're winning by at least 2 touchdowns, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. I'll take it off the air.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
He's got the Jaguars winning by 2 touchdowns in Denver on Sunday.
He's giving you 13 points.
I would have probably taken that as a straight-up win for Denver, so I will totally go in with that.
Yeah, I can't blame you. About a round of applause for Marcus. Marcus in Jacksonville. They won by 14.
Is that Marcus in Jacksonville or Marcus from the Caesars Sportsbook in Vegas?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Todd, I walk in, Marcus. First thing he says is something's. He knew something. I said, he knew your team wasn't as good as Jacksonville, apparently.
To confidently say the Jaguars are going to win in Denver, a team that's won 15 straight home games and on an 11-game winning streak, and that they would win specifically by 14, and the final score was 34-20, is ridiculous.
Okay, and you're going to get a pie to the face today.
Yes.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Marcus, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, here's my limerick about the game yesterday. They said that the Jaguars, they'd mince, but Trevor did not even flinch. With spirals on fire, he climbed even higher. Now welcome the long-awaited prince.
Oh. The prince takes down the Broncos. Well, Marcus, thank you. And, yeah, Paul.
After this pie is served to Todd, what about a futures bet of who goes further?
Ooh.
Your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, I got to ask Todd because he thinks Marcus knows something. Todd, would you be willing to take another bet with Marcus? Who goes further in the playoffs?
Is this a double or nothing, or I
No.
can't weasel out of this pie?
He called the shot. So this has to be post-pie bet.
Well, we can also go with the fact that he said the Jaguars are going to win the Super Bowl. Does he want to do that as a bet, that the Jaguars versus the field to win the Super Bowl? Because he was so confident about the other one.
I think it'd be fun. How about we just do it where Broncos, Jags, who goes further? And then if you want to bet him again, if Jacksonville goes further, if they win the Super Bowl.
I'm a sucker for content. I'm
Oh,
collecting
you are?
pies these
Okay.
days. It seems like I'm kind of in a corner on that. So, yeah, I think the Denver should go further than the Jaguars in the playoffs.
All right. So, Marcus, you have a bet. Who goes further in the playoffs between Jacksonville and Denver?
Or when the Jaguars win the Super Bowl, Todd could just write me a nice limerick back.
Okay. If Jacksonville wins the Super Bowl, then
The
you'll...
very least I can do if the Jaguars win the Super Bowl, the very least.
All right. Well, thank you, Marcus. That was quite a call. He said they would win by at least 2 touchdowns, and he gave you 13 points at
He
home.
nailed it exactly. 34-20. It's ridiculous.
He believes. He believes in Jacksonville. But, Jacksonville's playing this victim game like nobody believed in us. No, we would have no reason to believe in you. It's not like, oh, you did this 1 year and then you took a year off. It's you haven't really done anything. Now, granted, it's been a mess, coaching carousel, the Urban Meyer debacle, but Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be great. Okay, then be great. But everybody is going to, well, it feels like we still want to see what happens. Has Jacksonville clinched a playoff spot? I don't think they have.
Technically, no.
Okay. Yeah, Paulie.
But when the Jacksonville Jaguars players say nobody believed in us, it's factually correct.
Yes.
Because it's still going on. If a Bills player said, you know what, America was against us, nobody believed in us, it's just not true.
Like, I don't believe in the Ravens. And there's reason to not believe in the Ravens. By the way, a bad loss. All I could see, Derrick Henry just stand on those sidelines. I kept going, what, is he a decoy? Like, is the defense going to go, where is Derrick? And all of a sudden you're going to run a play and go, he's right over there on the sidelines.
Here's what we're going to do, okay? They prepared for him all week. We're going to take him out of the game, huh?
Man.
Like, what?
Yeah.
He had already run for 128.
John Harbaugh may be going to the Hall of Fame, but there are times, when you have coaches and they do think, unless he was hurt, unless something else was, in play, I was kind of surprised at that. I hope Joe Burrow is now having fun. It certainly looked like he did against the Dolphins there. So there's a few games to recap. We'll get to your phone calls coming up, 877-3DP Show. Email address, dp@danpatrick.com. Twitter handle @DP Show.